Welcome back to the channel, guys. I appreciate y'all stopping through, man. Today we have another creator spotlight, and today we are doing it on none other than Fat Muppet. Now, the first track we are going to go over by Fat Muppet is Walnut, and this is one of the most replayed tracks in MX Bikes history. Now, before we get any further, make sure you go down below and hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed to the channel, and turn those notifications on so you guys don't miss any future content, man. I greatly appreciate all the support recently. The views have been doing way better numbers than what I'm used to, so I greatly appreciate you guys, man. And make sure you go join that Discord for any future giveaways, or just, you know, hang out with the homies. Now, Walnut is actually crazy in more ways than one. One, has been replayed and it's just so popular in servers on MX Bikes, right? Two, this was actually Fat Muppet's first track release for MX Bikes, which is actually insane to think about. To have your first track release be Walnut and have it just be replayed the way it has been is insane. Like, I wish I could say, yeah, I made Walnut a couple years back or whatever, you know, like that just gives you the credibility as a track creator that anybody needs. But he doesn't just have one track that's been replayed like no other. He has two. So here we are on Farm 14, the second track release by Fat Muppet, which is actually crazy to think back-to-back tracks that he's released have just stuck around for years, and they're just replayed like no other. You know what I'm saying? Like Farm 14 and Walnut, I mean, I still put them in the stream servers every now and then. You know what I mean? Like, they're just that iconic and they're that good. Now, a lot of the people that have been playing MX Bikes forever don't like playing these two tracks that often anymore, for the simple fact that we've played them so much. You know what I'm saying? But I still love to play this track. I still love to play Walnut. If there's a full lobby in there in the servers and it says warm up, I'm probably going to join if I'm trying to do a race. You know what I'm saying? And it's just because no matter how many times you play these two tracks, it never gets old, bro. It really doesn't. Like, I've probably spun more laps on Walnut and Farm 14 than any other tracks in the game. And that's absolutely insane. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to think about. So Fat Muppet is, you know, absolutely legendary with these two track releases. And one thing I really like about Fat Muppet's tracks is how the edges of this track are really, you know, rough, and you can tell from the texturing, and then the center is more smooth. But we're gonna go on to the third track in this list. Third track, we are on Redbud 2000. Now, this was, I'm not sure, I think this was his fourth track release. So you can see some improvements from his first two, you know, from things he's learned and stuff like that. And overall, I think this layout, this Redbud track, is my favorite Redbud track to ever be released so far in the game. I just really like the way it's built. You know what I'm saying? Fat Muppet's tracks are just really, they're built really well. And I love the way the jumps are built. I love the way the roughness is built. I love the way the ruts are built. All around, man, it's amazing. Now, this track is free. So if you have not played Redbud 2000, the link will be down below in the description, along with all the other tracks on this list. So the first two tracks were Walnut, Farm 14, and then we have Redbud 2000. Now, all three of these tracks are free, and the link will be in the description like I just said, but the next two tracks on our list are actually paid, and I'm super glad that Fat Muppet was able to release some paid tracks, because after he released all the tracks he's released and all the things that he's done for the game, he deserves to get some compensation for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people release some free tracks for the game first and then they go and release a paid track, like, I never have a problem with it, because like, they put that time in and they release something for free for people to enjoy. And at the end of the day, you know, our time in life is not free. So I feel like, you know, he released like 6 free tracks, and then now he's only released 2 paid tracks. I honestly hope to see more tracks from Fat Muppet. I hope to see more than what I think I'm going to see, because I don't think he's going to be around very long. So y'all need to go down in the comments and give Fat Muppet his flowers while he's still here. Let everybody know let him know that everybody appreciates him, and just, you know, give him a pat on the back, man, because he's done a lot for this community and a lot for this game. And I really do think without the tracks that he's built, you know, this game wouldn't have gotten as far as it did. He definitely benefited the game. But we're on to the fourth one now. We are on CGI Facility. Now, this was Fat Muppet's first paid track, and this track is so fun, dude. Now, here you can really see his progress as a track creator. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, if you go back and watch all these videos, they're kind of in order from his track releases, right? So we had Walnut first, and that's his first track. Then we had Farm 14, which was his second track. After that, we had Redbud 2000, which I believe was his fourth track. And then we had CGI Facility, which I believe was his sixth or seventh track. I think it was his seventh, because after Redbud, he had an SX test track and then a Supercross track. And then I think it was this one. So if you look at these in order, you can see the progression. And even, it's crazy, because even going from this track to the last track on our list, you can see how much he's improved. The man does amazing work, and the fact that he's gotten as good as he's gotten is insane. You know what I'm saying? He spends a lot of time on these tracks, and you can definitely tell. Now, of all the tracks on this list, this is one of my favorites personally. I just love the way it rides. I love the way it flows. It's technical in certain spots. It's very visually appealing, and it has a free ride spot. You know what I'm saying? So overall, out of all the tracks on this list, I really enjoy this track right here. But that's just my personal opinion. You know, a bunch of other people, pretty much anybody else you talk to, they're probably going to pick, you know, Farm 14 or Walnut V2 or Walnut V1. But at the end of the day, this track is absolutely amazing, and you have to give this track credit, because it is so fun to play. If you guys have not played it yet, you gotta give it a shot, man. All right, so now we are on the final track on this list, and this is Walnut V2. Now, this is Fat Muppet's latest release for the game, and visually, you can see his progress. Look at these visuals, man. This guy is absolutely killing it. The progression is insane. Like, you just watch it from the first to the last. It's crazy how far he's came, bro. It really is. He's done such an incredible job on these tracks, and this one in particular visually is just dumbfounding. It looks so good. Now, I am very jealous of the way that this track looks and his progress and how good he's been able to do as far as, you know, visuals and the way the track is built. And it's just, I think with time and the more you work on tracks, you're just gonna get better. So because of that, I am very excited about this track, man. And I've been playing a lot of this track since it came out, and I think that if you don't have this track, you will definitely enjoy it, especially if you played the first one, because the layout is different and it looks different because the visuals are better, but at the same time, it's just so good. It really is. And because the visuals are better, it just makes it that much more fun, in my opinion, because I think visuals, like the visual appeal, makes a big difference for tracks. Now, it's not like a deal breaker by any means, you know what I'm saying? Like, the tracks don't need to have that good of visuals, but when they do, it definitely is just the icing on the cake for me. So yeah, man, like I said earlier, all the tracks that we just played today, the links will be in the description. But if you have not joined that Discord yet, make sure you join that Discord, and also go down below and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Turn those notifications on so you don't miss any future content, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in servers on some of these tracks we went over, man. But that's gonna do it for us today. So you guys have a blessed day. Stay up. Peace.